Justin, what was your reaction when you found out you guys were going to be playing NC State in the NCAA tournament?
I mean, I was just kind of excited that we got in. I didn't care who we were playing. I know we'll be ready to play anybody we go up against in the tournament, but I was just excited for our name to be called.
Did you worry that it wouldn't be?
No. But when it actually happened, you know, it made the feeling that much more better.
Isaiah, your past kind of comes to your future now that you guys are going to be playing at an arena that you're pretty familiar with. What are your thoughts on playing in Dayton in the first round?
I mean, it's good that we're going to have fans there, you know, to support us. But other than that, you know, it's just like a regular game. Just got to make sure we get it.
Justin, can you address that same thing? What do you think about playing in Dayton?
We'll play anywhere. Anywhere.
Semaj, what do you think about that? Playing in a place where it's, you know, it's your rival, there'll be a lot of Dayton fans there, you know, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't really think it'll bother us too much. I know we'll have some Xavier fans there too. I don't think we'll care because we not playing Dayton. We playing NC State. So other than that, I think we'll be fine. We'll do what we got to do to win the game.
Semaj, were you nervous at all going into tonight, when they were announcing brackets?
Yeah, I was. I really didn't want to watch it for real, but when they called our name, I was happy. I was ready to play then. But before, I was nervous. Yeah.
Isaiah, what was the reaction like at Coach's house when you guys saw it? Because we typically see guys get pretty excited. I think most people thought you guys would be in. Did you guys at the time? What was kind of the reaction?
And, you know, we thought we'd be in, but at the same time, you know, as long as we're in the tournament, we're in the tournament. You know, we were all excited. We're just ready to get prepared for NC State. You know, just ready to play, ready to get this game on.
Had you thought you might go to Dayton, or was that part of the surprise?
We knew anything was possible.
Yeah, kind of thought, you know, it might happen, but, you know, personally I was leaning more towards us being in and playing on Thursday or Friday. But either which way, it really doesn't matter as long as we get to play. As long as we're not done, I'm happy.
Semaj, how do you think, you know, playing in the Big East, do you think this is will help you guys be prepared for, but in particular, you guys got a real quick turnaround coming up. You have to play Tuesday.
So what you asking?
Well, how do you think, you know, playing in the Big East is going to, having had so many quick turnarounds and all that stuff, will that have helped you guys, you know, get ready for Tuesday?
I think so. I feel like we'll be ready no matter what it is. It's going to be basketball at the end of the day. We got to do what we got to do to win the game. I mean, the Big East helped it out. Help it out a lot. But like when the ball tossed up, we got to show up or we gonna go home. So.
Justin, how do you feel about this team right now? Because as Semaj said, this is time of year when there are no tomorrows. You know, it's win or you're done. You guys are playing pretty well right now. How do you feel about this team going into the NCAA tournament games against Semaj?
You know, I feel like with any other game. I know our coaching staff is going to prepare us to put us in the best spot to win, and I know our locker room, we're going to do everything that we can to prepare ourselves to win. So, you know, I feel like every other game, you know, we're going to be prepared. We're going to, like somebody just said, we just got to be ready when the ball tossed up. And I have no doubt in my mind that, you know, these two guys that are on both sides of me and the guys in the locker room are going to be ready to handle the business that we got to take care of.
Anybody out there cross paths with T.J. Warren before? Anybody played against him?
I did, yeah. We played with each other at Brewster Academy. And so he was my team, man. He was actually my roommate there. So, yeah, I talked to him here and there, so it should be fun. It should be fun for me.
He's obviously a dynamic player. You've seen him up close. What makes him so dangerous?
He can do pretty much everything. He can shoot it from 3 or get to the rim. He's a good player. So I mean, it's gonna be all 5 of us against their best players. So we won't make it like a one-on-one game. He's gonna have to beat us, not the one player that's guarding.
Would you consider relationship with him close? Were you guys close at Brewster?
Yeah. I mean, he was my roommate. I seen him every day, talked to him. He was my teammate. I talked to him pretty much like probably a couple weeks, 2 weeks. I talked to him, see how he doing. So yeah, we cool. I probably talked to him before the game. He probably called me or something.
Justin, is there anything you guys can take from your trip to New York heading into this game? Things that you feel like you're doing really well, things you really want to work on heading into the tournament?
I know we kind of our last game against Creighton, they just like we played them the first time. We got better the second time. They spread us out, and our defensive mindset is we want to stay tight and we want to, play out to in. So, I mean in to out, so not out to in. So we want to probably sharpen those up. Practice tomorrow, but we just same defensive mindset. Be there on the catch, challenge every shot, make each shot tough. Limit them to one shot, rebound, and get out and run. So, we're confident in what we do every day because we practice the same thing every day. So we'll be all right.
Considering how last season ended, do you savor this even more? Just a guy like Semaj is going to play in his first NCAA tournament. You guys are back in the big dance.
Yeah. After going to the Sweet 16 my first year, I'm happy to be back as well. So I'm just happy that I can do that for Isaiah. When all of us collect, not just I saying that I did it, but as a member of the team, we are all happy that we can do this for our seniors, especially Isaiah. Transferring from Towson, never been in the NCAA tournament before. A guy like Matt Stainbrook as well. This is a moment that they'll cherish for the rest of their lives, saying that they were able to their senior year go out with a NCAA tournament bid. So, I'm happy for those guys, and I know that they'll savor this moment and give it their best effort. So.
The guys who haven't played there, how much are you looking forward to this moment? Because it's obviously what college basketball players come to college play for.
Tell us, Isaiah.
Yeah, I mean I've been working real hard for a lot of years and never got there, So I'm real excited, that we came together as a team and did what we did this year to put us in position to be there. And I'm gonna give it my all, and I know my teammates are too. I'm just happy to be there, man. It's gonna be exciting.
I need some more jewelry.
Yeah, I only have one ring. I need another one.
What do you think this team could accomplish, Justin? Because obviously people were saying it's a pretty wide open field. A lot of people can make the Final Four and win a championship. What do you think this team could do as you guys get started?
This team is scary good. I know. Just like any other team and everybody else, I'm pretty sure has the same mindset. When this team is locked in and focused on what we want to accomplish and really getting stops on defense and making it tough for other teams to score and have the ball moving on offense and, us playing on one accord, like, this team is scary good because we can compete. We know we can, and we believe that we can compete with anybody on any given night. So, like, this is I think, what Xavier teams live for, like traditional Xavier teams live for. We live for the big moments, the tournament where, we're heard of and people know that you got to watch out for that Xavier team because we can strike at any moment. So.
Everybody's been on me to make sure Xavier plays in Dayton. Well, here we go. Questions?
Coach, what were your thoughts about finding out you were going to be playing a first-round game in Dayton? Obviously so much history with Xavier and Dayton.
I'm excited. I mean, I'm beyond excited. Making the NCAA tournament is not a birthright. I've been very fortunate. This is my 12th NCAA tournament in the last 14 years. We've made 8 of the last 9 now, and it's a special feeling. I'm really proud of our team. But to put it in perspective, 7 days ago, I got a knock on my door from a neighbor who said my wife was in an auto accident. It was an eighth of a mile from my house. I got to the scene. The car went to the other side of the double yellow and hit my wife head on. A drunk driver blew a .25 with my kids in the car. I'm as excited as it gets to be in the NCAA tournament. And that was really, really hard. And, you tell me we're playing in Dayton and that's, fans are going to boo me. Great. My kids boo me when I put them to bed when Good Luck Charlie's on. So let's go.
Everyone's okay? Obviously, Christine.
We're good.
What was your reaction to find out you're playing NC State? And do you know anything about them, having never played them here?
I know a little bit. I'll know a lot here over the next 12 hours. It's a faster turnaround than you're used to. But both teams have the same turnaround time, and we don't have to travel as far. T.J. Warren is a former high school teammate of Semaj's and Jalen's. He's the ACC Player of the Year and a terrific scorer. I've known Tyler Lewis for a long time now. So, we've recruited a lot of the kids that are on their team, maybe, some a little bit harder than others. And we know, obviously, their coaching staff. Coach Lutz was at Charlotte and Rob Moxley, so who's no longer there. But we just have a very, very strong familiarity. But I can't tell you that I know everything that NC State runs or how they play this year. And again, that's what the next few hours are for.
You guys you talked about the quick turnaround. You've had a lot of experience with that this year. You mentioned it. How does that experience help you? You know what you got to go up and go do and what your plan's going to be?
Yeah, selfishly, I would have liked to have a little bit more time for guys like Matt and Dee to get a little bit more healed up. But again, everybody this time of the year is battling some type of bumps and bruises. Matt, pulled me out in the hallway and said, "Coach, play me as if I'm not injured. If you feel like I can get up and down the floor, he goes, I'd tear my ACL for this team." And so I don't want him to do that, but it just shows me how much the tournament means to our kids, and we're going to be ready.
Coach, you told Lance earlier in the week that you felt that Matt's injury wouldn't keep you out of the tournament, but it might affect the seed. How do you think his injury affected the seed, looking at some of the other teams that got called before you guys?
Yeah, well, I said that thinking that Matt wasn't going to play in the Big East tournament. And, he wasn't our leading scorer or anything like that. But make no mistake, if we didn't have Matt against Marquette, we wouldn't have advanced. It just gave us more depth. But that was my thinking going in, that we felt like he'd be ready for the NCAA tournament. But I thought what you saw Thursday at Madison Square Garden was really what we'd see in the NCAA tournament if we were fortunate enough to make it. So I don't think it affected us much because we showed that Matt was going to be a part of our team here down the stretch.
Do you think your team will play with a chip on their shoulder given the seed they got and teams that made it ahead of them?
No, if you're playing, because of that type of motivation, I think that's pretty hollow. It doesn't last a whole lot, that very long. Our bigger deal is just being excited to play, being a part of the NCAA tournament special. There are about 280 teams that wish they were in our shoes right now, and they're not. So we get to lace them up on Tuesday night in front of the entire world.
You go a year without going, and you go back now. Is there a different perspective?
A great appreciation for it. Again, I've never ever felt like it was a birthright. Never felt like it was just an automatic. I know, our fans may feel that way. It's tough. And, joining a new conference, getting picked 7th in that conference to start the year, not really having many players on our team that had NCAA tournament experience. It wasn't like an Isaiah Philmore or a Matt Stainbrook or a Semaj Christon. We're like, we've got to get back. They had never been there. So, really the only two players that we had that had any experience of playing in the tournament were Dee and Justin. And again, those guys aren't even seniors. So it was it's exciting to be back. I think as a coach, missed out last year and it was disappointing. But happy for this group to be able to enjoy this experience starting Tuesday.
6:15, 6:20 tonight. Are you nervous?
I'm always nervous. You know, I didn't used to be when I was an assistant coach and a player, but I'm nervous about everything as a head coach now.
After the last game, you talked about Matt's gait not being quite right and him moving a little gingerly. Do you think the last couple of days have helped him in that regard? And do you feel like he's back to maybe where he was before the Big East tournament? It's hard to say.
No, I think he'll be better than he was against Marquette. Really, really tough. I mean, turnaround when you get to conference tournament play. You know, even if we're fortunate enough to advance, at least he still gets 48 hours before we play that next game, and that's going to help Matt tremendously. And having Saturday off, Sunday off, Monday off before we play the game on Tuesday, he'll be much better than he was against Marquette. And again, I thought he was a big part of why we advanced.
Coach, let's talk about the keys for your team to be successful in the tournament and with the run.
We got to be ourselves. We did a great job in the Big East tournament of taking care of the ball. Creighton's a special team. They're a challenge. They're very difficult to guard. NC State is a completely different team. I mean, they're one of the last teams in the country that relies on the three. You look at Creighton, they're one of the top teams in the country that relies on the three. So it's going to be a completely different type of team that we face, albeit a very talented one. But we just have to be ourselves. We have to be a great rebounding team. We have to be a team that plays with energy on the defensive end, and we've got to try to convert those stops into transition baskets.
Semaj said, since you guys aren't playing UD at UD, does he think you'll be booed too much?
No.
What do you think the crowd will be like for you guys?
I think certainly they're going to be, a large contingent of fans that don't want us to win. That's okay. They're also going to be, I think, a large contingent of Xavier fans that find a way to get tickets. And we want to try to turn UD Arena into the Cintas Center. So I'm challenging, all the Xavier fans to, figure out a way to get tickets. Go on StubHub, go on the black market, whatever you got to do. Legally, get those tickets in your hands and get some Xavier blue in that place. It would really freshen up UD Arena. It's all in fun.
So you guys already go to Dayton tomorrow to do the media part, the walkthrough. What are the next 12 hours or even 24 hours like for the coaching staff as you try to get everything done in a compressed time?
Well, we're going to practice tonight, not long. Typically you play on Thursday or Friday, so we want to refresh a few things on our end, and then we'll turn the page. As far as our players, we won't see them again until noon tomorrow before practicing and then heading up. But coaching staff will get together. We'll watch a lot of NC State film. We'll try to take everything they run and try to prioritize it, figure out what's most important for our team in the next 24 hours to understand about NC State. And then get ready to toss the ball up on Tuesday night and try to win a basketball game.
When you go back and look at teams, do you look maybe like only go back maybe 5 games or a certain amount to see what they're doing right now as opposed to what they may have done a month ago or so?
Yeah, I think it's important that you watch more tape here recent. We'll talk to enough coaches that have played them throughout the year that maybe have an understanding of, hey, this is how NC State has come along this year. And a lot of times, a coach that's familiar with them may say, hey, listen, they were doing this earlier in the year, and they really got away from that, and now they're more, this type of team. Again, I'm just sort of speculating. And if we feel like there's something that's important, maybe that they're not doing so much now, but something that they did, something that was, helpful or hurt them, whatever the case is, then we may go back and look at some older tape as well. But we only have so many hours in the day, and I've only got 2 eyes and they both work at the same time, so I can only watch one game at a time. Thanks.